full sprint. Oh, I got to make up for this, and then get him in the open space. So we'll see.
The other thing too, I think he was on the Manny cast for the Monday Night Football this past week. Tua Tagovailoa, and he says, yeah, sometimes that is what they do.
Yeah.
Tyreek would go to him and be like, just throw it.
Just throw it up. We saw Jameson do it against the Bucs.
Yeah.
Where he tracked the ball, looked over one shoulder, looked over the other shoulder, made the catch, had the touchdown. With a guy like that who is going to be behind the defense, you throw it as far as you fucking can and let him run under it. Like, just throw it past everybody. He's going to be the one to get it if anybody does.
There is 1/3 situation that I dislike the most personally that I think could be the reason why. And honestly, I think this could be the reason. And actually, I'll ask you guys. You tell me. Maybe I'll put it as a poll. Is it the hands?
No.
He did have a few drops at the beginning of the season.
Early.
You did have Dan Campbell come out beginning of the season, like literally quite say he's never going to have great hands. Like,
he's been pretty good with the ball recently.
Like, I think but he's only getting like 1 to 2 targets.
He didn't drop the ball much at Alabama.
I think that's one of the reasons he got the end around. Was like, listen, we can't really trust him to catch the ball as consistently as we can, like a Josh Reynolds. Maybe that's the reason why Goff went to Reynolds in that play over J-Mo. I don't know, but this way we create the end around to get him the ball in his hands without it being a catch. Like,
he didn't drop the ball much at Alabama. That's all I'm saying is it's gonna be a thing where if you're only seeing 1 target a game, 2 targets a game, those drops are gonna stand out a lot more. Because you're like, oh, they finally threw it to J-Mo. It's like, oh, shit, he dropped it. But if he's getting 5 targets a game and he drops 1 of them, I can live with that. If he's catching 4 of them.
The drops are bad, man.
When's the last time he dropped the ball?
I couldn't tell you specifically.
Exactly. It's been at least 3 games.
I couldn't even.
Like, knock on wood, but
yeah,
he's been pretty solid with it now, and it definitely helps. Getting him in a rhythm will help with that.
And it feels we have such an embarrassment of riches on the offensive side of the ball that like I feel like the old man like yelling at a cloud because like we are still a top 5 offense in every statistical category there is to be measured under, if I'm not mistaken. If not, like top 6. So it does feel crazy to like be here, sitting up here bitching about it. But like at a game like the New Orleans Saints, where things kind of grew stagnant, they're stacking Amon-Ra St. Brown. I'm sorry, bracketing him. Then like. Yes, that's the one play. Yeah, see, and that's the one, that 3rd down where he went to Reynolds. Well, it was incompleted. Where J-Mo get the ball in him. That's a first. That's a touchdown. Yeah, probably a touchdown. But maybe there's more trust in Reynolds in that play. I don't know. I'll put a poll up and see what your guys' opinion on the matter is. But I do feel like the old man like just bitching at the cloud for like no reason because we are an elite offense. But when things got stagnant last week, you weren't scoring the ball. You stopped. You didn't score another touchdown after that first quarter. What did they do? They hit the end around with J-Mo, and they got a fucking touchdown out of it. So when things get stagnant, you get the ball in your playmaker's hands. And I get we have Amon-Ra St. Brown as a playmaker, and honestly, Sam Laporta's a playmaker now too. Again, it's embarrassment of riches, but like that's one where I just feel like it's game changing. Matter of fact, Amon-Ra St. Brown in his media session this week said it definitely energized the offense and woke him back up. The entire team really. I just want to see him. He's
electric with the ball in his hands, man. You got to give him the ball more. I think Ben Johnson knows that. Like, there's no way a guy he knows a lot more about football than I do. Like, a guy like Ben Johnson isn't like, yeah, we got to get the ball in this kid's hands. Because every time they do, something good happens. So, I expect to see his snap share has gone up and up and up every week. So I expect to see those touches start to follow that.
Yeah. Again, it just opens up everything for everybody else. That's why I was saying, like, early in the game, just throw one deep. Throw one deep just to establish that, hey, we can do this anytime we want. And then that will have the defenses reacting to that, like just showing that element more. Again, if he drops it, or if it's just a incomplete pass, whatever, it still establishes in the defense's mind just another layer for them to have to think about, which opens up more opportunities for everybody else.
I'll tell you what, I mean, I can't really complain about it because we are 9-3 and the offenses look very good. But I wouldn't mind seeing them getting more aggressive with the offensive play calling on the downs, like the favorable downs, like a 2nd and 4, or 2nd and 4. Yeah. 2nd and 3.
Say it one time. I was making a point.
I'm not mad at it because they're 9-3 and the offense has been very good.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't mind them getting more aggressive on favorable downs, like
exactly.
2nd and 4, 2nd and 3. Those downs that the entire playbook's open, They've been taking the passive approach and running it, which been getting first down, so I can't really complain about it. But when you got a 2nd and 2, a 2nd and 3, do a play action deep shot to J-Mo.
Yeah, that's when you take it.
And then
exactly.
you got a 3rd down. You know David Montgomery's more than likely going to get you 3 fucking yards to get the first down. Yeah. So if it doesn't work out, you got it on 3rd down.
Yeah.
But
and you got Campbell who says fucking goes for 4th downs all the time. So on a 2nd and 4, a very favorable, that's a perfect point. That's where I'm getting at. Like, that's a time where you just do it because they're A, least expecting it, so it's probably open, and B, even if it doesn't convert, you're still in a favorable position, and it establishes that in the defense's mind. Again, this is an ecosystem. I keep going back to that with Ben Johnson. It's an ecosystem. It's many layers, many facets to this offense, and you're just underutilizing one, in my opinion.